and welcome everyone. I'm Miss Fida from Mango Gate, and it's really nice to have you all. Yeah, and I hope this session will be as awesome as it could be and beneficial, of course. So let's get started with how to master your American accent. But before we start off, I would like to give you a heads up that this session is being recorded for later access, of course. And if you have any questions, guys, please, we will answer all of your questions in the last 15 minutes. There will be a Q&A, okay? And we will help you definitely master your English fluency. And this is basically a free intro course, free intro session for how the general course will be, okay, which is basically the next Saturday. Make sure you sign up. And yeah, here we are on the first step to unlock your American accent. Let's get going. Okay. So before we start, we're going to start off with a fun fact and a warm-up that it's kind of not all people know about this, but it's the fact that there are different accents in America. America doesn't have only one accent, okay? So it's definitely a big and a large country. It's home to over 320 million people, and they are spread over 307,000 million square miles, I guess. So it's a lot of people and a lot of area, and of course a lot of accents. So we were basically going to do the standard American accent, but I was thinking that we could give you some kind of warm-up for how some of the accents sound. As you can see on the presentation here, there is the New York, New England, Southern Coast, African American, Mid-Eastern, Texan, and Californian accent. These are all accents in America. As the name suggests, basically, they're all from places in America, except for example, the African American. Refers to the nation, African American, of course. So these are a lot of accents, and different. Each and every accent is kind of different. So we're going to start off with the New York accent. For example, if you can read this sentence with me, it says, "Is mother upstairs?" Okay. So as a New Yorker, I would change this sentence in 3 ways. The first way is that I'm going to change the word mother into something else. I would say ma, okay? And I would change the pronunciation between the word mother and up to something else, and I would add an R between the 2 words, okay? The third thing that I'm going to change is the intonation. Yeah, no one wants to sound like a robot, of course. Yeah, so the intonation is basically going to change, but it's kind of different from the general perspective of intonation, yeah? Because this is a question, and the question generally finishes in a downward kind of tone, not an upward kind of tone, yeah? As I said, this sentence would sound like, "Is Mar upstairs? Is Mar upstairs?" As you can see, or as you can hear, I said, "Is Mar upstairs?" A little bit went upward with my tone. Generally, the question would sound something like, "Is mother upstairs?" Okay, I would hold, right? Okay, so that's the sentence that I've been talking about. Is Mar upstairs? You can try to actually say it, guys. You can say, "Is Mar upstairs?" And I would like to add another example. As you can see down there, the example says, I was born 1740. Yeah, I was born 1740. The normal, the casual thing that happen is that we would end with a downward inflection or a downward tone. Yeah, but here we're not doing that. As a New Yorker, we would say, I was born 1740. Like there is an upward for it. Yeah, there is an upward tone for it. But we wouldn't bother ourselves with all the New York accent, Californian, Texan accent. No, we're only going to do the standard American accent today to sound as clear as possible. And this is the basic thing from this course, is that to sound as clear as possible and to sound like a native, of course, at the same time. Uh, to break the barriers, the communication barriers. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay. So we have American accent pronunciation. We're going to focus basically and mainly on the vowels, the consonants, and intonation. I think you're familiar with the word vowels and consonants. Maybe it's a little bit a new word, intonation. Intonation is basically music into language. We don't want to sound like robots. Yeah, robots are taking over our lives, but they're not taking over our language. So yeah. Um, so here we are. Um, Pronunciation of vowels. Okay. So the most important or the most famous sound in the American accent is called the schwa sound. If you master this, guys, you definitely mastered the American accent. Okay. This is one of the most important, will massively help you develop your American accent because, as you can see, it's in every word. Yeah, it's a vowel sound that is in every word. Yeah. So as you can see, the schwa sound is called in English the lazy sound because you pronounce it in a really relaxed way. I want you to try with me to pronounce this sound. It's called schwa, but it's not pronounced schwa, okay? It's pronounced as you can see from the arrow, yeah? This is the pronunciation, okay? It sounds something like ah, ah, yeah? Yeah? Try to repeat with me after me. Ah, ah, okay? To make things more clearer, uh, here are some English words with the schwa sound. Okay, so there is away, as you can see, away, yeah. Animal, animal. There are two vowel sounds in this word, the I and the L, yeah. So we're going to say animal. Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe it's not that clear in here, but it's definitely clear on lemon. Eh, lemon. And yeah. Okay. We also have enemy, enemy. Yeah. Doctor, doctor, as an American. Doctor. Yeah. And also the word America itself has two schwa sounds. At the beginning, America, America. Yeah. Okay. You can try to pronounce all these words again. But let's move on to the next, which is basically the first sentence. I want to go home for lunch. Yeah, I want to go home for lunch. Yeah. So it can be pronounced as, we're focusing on the T, the two, okay? It can be pronounced as I want to go home for lunch, okay? The second sentence is basically, can you give me a lift? Can you give me a lift? Can you give me a lift? Huh? Can you identify it? Can you give me a lift? Yeah. Also, we have this one. I'm not as tall as you. I'm not as tall as you. This is a basic pronunciation, but if I want to change it to the American accent pronunciation, I would say something like, I'm not as tall as you. Yeah, I'm not as tall as you. Okay. And the list goes on. As you can see here, number 4, it was him. It was him. The sound is in here. It was was him. Okay. This is my very favorite one. Very favorite example because it has all the American accent in it. Cup of tea. Very basic way of saying it. Cup of tea. Now, we don't say it as Americans this way. We say it tea. Cup of tea. We delete the off completely, okay? And it becomes cup of tea. Yeah? Cup of tea. Please, can you give me a cup of tea? I would like some cup of tea. Yeah? Yeah? Are you with me, guys? If you're with me, أو ارفعوا يدينكم ما تكونوا نمتوا. Okay. Moving to the okay, very good. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Keep it up, guys. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So we're moving to the next thing, which is basically the pronunciation of consonants. I would like to remind you again, guys, that the schwa sound is very important, very, very important. And yeah, it's so important, but it's not as important as the R sound. Yeah, the R sound. I'm going to train you how to pronounce it today. Yeah, how to pronounce the R sound. It's the most important consonant in the American accent because it's the American accent is considered rhetoric, which basically means that whatever letter or whenever the letter R is written, we have to pronounce it. الحاجة دي, this thing is completely different from people tend to drop it, to drop the R or soften it. Yeah. As Americans, nah, we need to recognize the R. We need to pronounce it as clear, as strong as possible. Yeah. Okay. So, so I think now we know the differences. The British is very soft, very sometimes even dropped, yeah, at the end of words. But the American, we tend to make it more stronger, yeah, more visible, and yeah. So let's see how things go in the American versus the British accent pronunciation when it comes to the R sound. Yeah, تمام. طيب. So we are on the R sound, the most important consonants of all consonants. Okay. So I would like you to look at the picture, please. Look at this picture in here. Uh, the the tongue the tongue is somewhat floated to the back. It doesn't reach the roof of your mouth. It doesn't. Yeah. And you try to pronounce it. Try pronouncing the sound R. Say after me or repeat after me. R. You may sound crazy, but yeah, repeat after me, please. R. This is the tip of your tongue shouldn't touch the roof of your mouth. Should not touch it. If you want to sound as American as possible, don't make it touch it. Okay. Okay. So after this, let's see some words. Let's say some words. We have the word hard. Hard. This is how Americans pronounce it. If we want to sound as British, we would say park. Park. Okay. We have car. Car. There is a schwa sound in here. There is a vowel sound, which is the a vowel letter. And this vowel letter بيتغير, changes into the a schwa sound. So there is ka, 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 and then car. Okay, car. Okay. We have cardboard, cardboard. My favorite, better, better, better. Yeah. The T is also so visible, but as a British, you would sound something like better, better. Yeah. The more deeper you get down, you get the sound from the bottom of your throat, the better as a British. But that's not our case today. We're focusing only on American. So the last example is really hard, right? Is it? Is it really hard? If it's really hard, let me know later, yeah? Okay. So I would like you to practice with me some of these words, some of these sentences, and I would like you to remember the schwa sound at the back of your head. Okay, remember that there is a schwa sound in all of these highlighted words. Okay, so we have. أنا حقولها بالعكس. I'm going to say it in the normal basic accent, which is okay. Just a second. Welcome, welcome, newcomers. Duha, I see your hand is raised, but if there is something, please write it on the chat. And yeah, but if you have a question, definitely for the last 15 minutes of this call. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Is it clear for all of us now, the presentation? Raise up your hands or thumbs up. Okay, very good. Nice, nice, nice. Very good. Okay, here we are. We're going to go straight to the practice, okay? So the first sentence we're having, it's a question. As I told you, please, please, please remember the schwa sound, okay? I'm going to first of all, I'm going to say it in the basic way of saying it without the American accent. Are you going to park the car far from the market? Yeah. As park the car far from the market. Please, if you can hear me, write it down in the comment section or raise up your hand if everything is okay.
Yes, I believe now we can hear you.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Thank you.
Probably internet connection. Okay, nice. Thank you. Okay, so here we are. Back to the T sound, the chameleon of the American accent. So as I said, it sounds something like D and R between two vowel sounds. Okay, and as you can see in these examples, there is a schwa sound, two schwa sounds in water. Yeah, and I would like you to repeat after me. Yeah, say after me, water, water. It's not an absolute T, but it's a D with an R, almost a D. Yeah, water, water, water. Yeah, water. Okay. Make sure you pronounce the T very well and the R very well. Yeah, it should sound as clear as possible. We have also computer, computer. Yeah. Um, we have matter, 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 and my favorite is butter, butter. Yeah. So let's focus on water. Let's pronounce them again. Water, computer, yeah, matter, and also we have butter. So whenever we have the T and it's in the middle of two sounds or two vowel sounds, it should be pronounced as a D sound. Okay, that's for the T. Okay, moving on. We finished two consonants. We talked about two consonants. We talked about the T and we talked about the R. These are the most important consonants in the American accent, okay? And we talked about the vowel sound, which is basically the schwa sound. Yeah, it's also very important. Yeah. Now we're moving on to sounding so human. Yeah, sounding human, intonation. I think this is the most new thing that might be for you guys. I think it's intonation, which is basically the melody or the tune of speech. Yeah. No one wants to sound like a robot. Yeah. So we're going to add some ups and downs to the language. We're not going to sound just like a straight line. We're going to do some ups and downs, okay? The rise and fall of your voice is so we have three pattern of intonation. It's either up, it's either down, yeah, or it's up and down, huh? Up and down, okay. So the falling, the down tone, the downward tone, okay, is basically for statements, questions, okay. So these are the main three areas we use the falling tone or the falling melody, okay. Upward one is basically for the yes no questions. So if I asked you, are you a student? Are you a student? Okay. You would say, yes, I am. Yeah. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay. There is an upward or a rising melody or a tune to it. We have the rising and falling at the same time, yeah? And this is basically for special emphasis, okay? For special emphasis. As im- importance of a specific area in whatever we're talking about or wherever we're writing, we're talking about go up and down. If we go up, that means this thing is very important. Yeah, we're trying to highlight it. As you can hear my voice up with my voice. Yeah. Okay. So I would like you to remember that it's not just what you say, it's also how you say it. It's very important to pay attention to how you say how you say whatever you want to say. Yeah. Thing is clear. We're going to move on to the saying some American. Not literary, not literary, but we're going to do some intonation. Yeah? Okay. So you can follow the arrows, okay? And repeat after me. By following this plan, we will minimize costs, maintain high quality work, remain aligned with our mission, and reap significant monetary benefits. Yeah? Do you think we should, when we finish the sentence, after reap significant monetary benefits, we should go upward or downward? If you think we should go upward, thumbs up. If you think we should go downward, يعني نخليها falling, not raising, okay, not rising. التون تكون كيف؟ rising ولا falling في آخر السنتنس؟ رأيكم شنو؟
It should be
في حتة
falling.
question mark. What do you think? Falling, yeah? Very good. Yeah, exactly. It should be falling because it's the finish of the sentence, the end of the sentence. We don't have anything else to say. It should be falling. So, yeah, this is how intonation should sound. We're going to move on. If yeah. So here we are, moving on to the most interesting, I guess, part of this American accent, which is basically the slang words. This is mainly is going to help you conduct some kind of informal conversations, or maybe if you're not interested in informal conversations, you will probably understand what Americans are saying, or whomever you were talking to, you would totally definitely understand what other people are saying. Okay, so we have, for example, to bail, to ditch. Yeah, these are two the same meaning. It has the same meaning. We either say to bail or to ditch. Yeah, it means to cancel plans with someone. Yeah, to cancel plans with someone. Before we carry on, I'm going to go back to the word slang. Slang means informal conversation. Yeah, the unprofessional way of talking, the unprofessional words, the unprofessional tone, the unprofessional body language. It all falls in this part. Okay, so we have some words. We have to bail, which is to ditch. My favorite is to slay. To do something very, very, very well. Okay, so for example, you can say Mango Gate is slaying the English language accent course, for example. Yeah, to do a very well at something specific. Okay, to slay. I think the girls are going to like this one, this example. Yeah, the T. Yeah. The T is basically gossip. Okay, gossip. شمارات. Okay, yeah. If you're with your girlfriend and you're chit chatting, yeah, spill the tea to have some gossip. Yeah, yeah. We have whack, whack. If something is whack, it's definitely boring. Okay, boring. We have swag, coolness. It's basically something very cool and very, very nice. Yeah. There used to be a trend back in the day that's called swag. I think swag. Yeah. Swag. Uh, zone, zone. There is a very slight pronunciation to the N word, to the N letter. Okay, zone. It almost disappear with the K. Yeah, zone. Okay, very tired, very exhausted person. But the complete opposite is hyped, hyped, hyped. Hyped is basically very excited. Someone who's very excited. Um, if you something is vanilla, that means something is very ordinary and very basic and not too and not very exciting. Okay, very vanilla. This this life is very vanilla, for example. Yeah. So, uh, is everything clear? You can raise up your hands, guys, if everything is clear. Okay, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Great, Sarah and Hiba. Thank you. Moving on. Okay. Oh, sorry. I forgot the last one. The last example is to hit someone up. To hit someone up is to contact someone, basically to call someone via phone calls, SMS, whatever. Hit him up doesn't mean literally to kick someone. No, it means to basically to just contact the person, okay? So, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to the next slide, please. Yusuf, we're going to take questions later. I'm very sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, as a person who would like to master and ace the American accent, we should use the American words, not the English word. English as in the so the English, the American accent has its own pronunciation, four letters, of course, as we have been presenting, and also not just pronunciation, but also different words and different phrases, different expressions, different slangs. Everything is pretty much different. Okay, so um, we start off with the different pronunciation of specific letters. As you can see, there are two pronunciation for different pronunciation for the same word. Okay, so we have schedule. Sorry, schedule as in as in British accent, and schedule. Okay, schedule and schedule. It's basically the difference is only on the first two letters. Okay, yeah, of the sound. Uh, we have leisure and leisure activities. Okay, we have privacy and privacy, privacy and privacy. Okay, we have vitamins and vitamins. Okay, we have vitamins and vitamins. Yeah. We also have either and either, I guess. I'm not very sure, but I think either and either. Yeah. Uh, we have missile and missile. Yeah. Missile. Missile. As you can see, it's very, very different. It's pronounced very, very different. The same word here and there, but it's very, very different. Okay. We have mobile and mobile. Okay. Mobile and mobile. Yeah. And this is my favorite, my dearest, which is basically tomato, tomato. Or the opposite, I guess. Tomato, tomato. Yeah. Tomato, tomato. Yeah. 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 These are the same words pronounced differently. We're moving on to the same thing, words that refer to the same thing. There we're talking about the same thing, but they have two different words for the same thing to refer to this same thing. Okay. So in the UK, if there is a very long line of people, yeah, we wouldn't say it's a lion. We would say queue. Yeah, it's a queue. Yeah. Um, not a line as in US. For example, also, okay, we also have chips and French fries. I'm very sorry, guys. We should be ending this soon, but we had some difficulties. So I'm going to try to wrap things up. Yeah. So we have also chips, which is basically French fries in the US or the American accent. Uh, we have trousers for pants in US, trainers for sneakers. Yeah. This is very interesting. They call the policeman, people in the UK call the policeman a Bobby. Can you even imagine? You can read, they're very simple. They're just the differences between here and there. It will help you a lot to just say the right word at the right place for the right person. Yeah. Not say lion for a British person because it means a different thing. Okay. Yeah. And not to say French fries because it means a different thing. It means basically something else. It's not chips, basically. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to move on to the next slide. Yeah, we're having the fun and the trick that's going to help you guys master this accent is basically called tongue twisters. Yeah. So these tongue twisters are your exercise for the next, I don't know how long, but the for the rest of your practice, basically master this accent. It's all about they are not real sentences, of course. They're just for mere practice. Okay. It's just a combination of challenging sounds. Yeah. Uh, as you can see, there. So your tongue is going to probably twist it while saying these words, these sentences. Okay. Let's try saying the first one. Yeah. So the first one is basically in here. Starts with a question. It's in the middle. I don't know if you can see it or not. How many cans can a can or can if a can or can a can? Yeah, it's just preparing you and exercising the K sound, K and schwa sound basically. Yeah, because we have a lot of in this. Have a lot of vowel A or vowel schwa basically in this question. How many cans can a canner can open can if a canner can a can. Okay, so it's fun, but at the same time, it will definitely help you with your accent preparations. Okay, we have also uh, sound. Okay, the W sound. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Huh? How much would a woodchuck chuck if a huh? It would definitely help you a lot with the W sound. Yeah. Okay. My very favorite one is this one, the last one. It really sound and SH sound. Silly Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Silly Sally sells seashells. A lot of S. There's not a lot, two, only two, but it definitely twists your tongue. By the seashore, okay? And let's consider them the start of your tongue twisters list. You can make definitely your tongue twisters. Okay, so we're going to have some tips and tricks to ace the American. Because you definitely and to basically assess your development. Okay, so and this is what we basically offer in course to help you master and aid your American accent. But I would like you to focus also on listening and imitation. The sounds that you listen, okay, and you need to actually listen very very carefully and attentively in order to pronounce very very correctly and clearly as well. Okay, so you need to mimic them, not just the pronunciation but also the rhythm and the intonation. As you can as you remember, we need to sound as human as possible, not as you need to practice tongue twisters are a really good help, and they will definitely help you ace this American accent. After all this, you can record yourself. You can record yourself practicing your speech, and yeah, if you record yourself, you can definitely know where are the shortcomings, where are your shortcomings, where to improve, the areas that you need to improve, the areas that you need to work on, and what you have already mastered and aced. Okay, so record yourself. Don't forget the melody and don't forget the body language. And of course, I would like to say that don't forget to sign up for our course, which is basically going to start this month, next week, next Saturday, basically. And guys, we have seats. Our seats are 10% off if you use the coupon accent on our sign up form. Yeah. So this is the surprise of this evening. Basically, you get a 15% off if you use our coupon accent. Okay. Remember, I would like you to remember that, yes, next slide, please. Okay. Mastering your accent definitely takes time, patience, and dedication. Okay. The more time you put on it, uh, the more you're going to read. Okay. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are part of your journey. Thank you guys for being here. And don't forget to sign up because we have 15% off if you use the Cobone. Yeah? Okay. We'll start just in a minute. Let's give some people some chance to join in, and we will start right away.